Attention à la marche en descendant du vélo.
And just like that, we're in Paris together.
Hey!
From Zurich.
Yeah, from Zurich to Paris. Hello!
It really has been, I don't know how many, like 2 days?
2 days and we met again. I miss you.
Oh, how has it been? Congratulations again on the launch. It looks spectacular.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel very good. There is a lot of going on now. We have an event tonight. Tomorrow, France is playing. After tomorrow, we're going on TV.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of events going on. So it's amazing.
If you're just tuning into the Wild One series, make sure you watch last week's episode where Claire showed me her recent jersey collection, which was on exhibit at the FIFA World Football Museum in Zurich. It was quite serendipitous that we happened to be in Zurich at the same time, and then only to be in Paris at the same exact time days later. So whereas last episode dove into her collection, walking through the streets of her hometown Paris made me feel extra curious on her own personal journey to becoming a designer.
I grew up in a French family. And here in Paris, and my grandmother is a chic Parisian woman, like very elegant. She used to have her own stylist, and he was making all her clothes and all my family clothes. And my grandmother also designed and made all my mother cocktail dresses,
Wow.
gala dresses. So I've been born in that area and style that we can make our clothes by ourselves. When I was young, my grandmother and my mom used to design my dancing costume. I made all the clothes for the dolls, and I had all these costumes all made by my mom. And then I had all my coats, my pullover, everything was made by my mom and my grandmother, and they made it so well that for a long time I didn't even notice that I was not wearing brands, you know. It was not something for me wearing brands, you know, with a logo on it. Something I never feel that I need it, you know. All this inspiration I think led me to design today.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, it seems like growing up with these female characters, it sounds like in your life, but also really great seamstresses and designers themselves. How did they influence your style, your values, and how did you infuse that into your collection, into your designs?
So at the beginning, when I arrived, I started to design clothes when I was in New York.
Okay.
So I was away from my family, and I think I was looking for myself and what kind of designer I was. And I was a stranger in America. I was a French girl in an American school. Completely logical for me that my style was the classical Frenchy, you know, that we expected from a French girl, you know. So I started to make looks a little bit like Coco Chanel, stuff like this.
Did you feel that you had to come across that way, that you had to design that way with the French influence, or you wanted to?
It was my first. It was my first inspiration, and you know, when you grow up and people around you tell you this is good, this is elegant, this is not elegant, this is not. So
Yes.
when you try to design by yourself, you feel that you have huge creativity, and you feel that you look around differently than other people. But in the same time, you still have all this tradition and heritage that leads you a little bit. So
Wow.
yeah.
What was that like for you to find that balance of the Claire Dartigues brand? It sounds like that's kind of what you stand for, the heritage, but also this new definition of
So I
luxury.
took some for New York City by Night, which was my first collection. I used upcycling French couture fabrics from Chanel, Louis Vuitton. So I had this quality that I needed, you know, because it was familiar to me, you know, this silk, tweed, crêpe de chine, all these fabrics was familiar to me. So
Is that why you went into sustainability in the first place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At that time, I thought okay, I'm French. I have this French heritage, but I also have my own vision of stuff. I'm a very architectural girl. I love making like intellectual like creation, you know.
What kind of style or technique is this called? Is it almost like observational fashion, where when you move to different locations or you take a look at what's happening around you? Because it kind of reminds me of what you're doing with FIFA in a way too. We're looking at cultural tensions that we have right now with the women's movement and incorporating that into FIFA. It sounds like that's something you continuously try to incorporate.
Yeah, exactly. I think my fashion is not like just like doing ready to wear. It's not my point. I think I'm both like an entrepreneur and I'm an artist, and I'm using clothes as a medium to express what I want to express about the environment, about creativity, about engagement with women, feminism.
Yes.
And I'm using clothes to express all that and express myself, actually. It's a way for me to express myself. And I like that people are wearing my clothes because I feel that they're also wearing the message I want to say in the world, you know?
I mean, how do you keep going? What's your tip for people that are just starting out, that are looking at you and just amazed by your amount of energy and your vivacity in your life? What keeps you going?
I think what keeps me going is like I define what I want it to be, and I'm fighting for it. And when I'm very like sad or something, I'm just like trying to find a way to get the things done. You know, when I'm like because when you're an entrepreneur and you're up, everything is fine. When you're down, it's where like everything can be like you can stop everything, you know. And when you're down, you need to find tricks. Me, I'm going to sports. I'm like shutting off my phone, shutting off my computer, going with my friends, enjoying time with my family, and I know how to be balanced. At the beginning, I didn't know. I thought being an entrepreneur is like working as every day, like
hustle,
never stop.
The grind, the 24/7.
And it's wrong. Stop. No, don't do that. You're gonna have a burnout like in 2 years, and then if you want to be an entrepreneur all your life, it's about balance, and your life is not just about work. It's about like having friends, getting around your family, like enjoying life. You're not doing that for being depressed, you know. I love this, you know, there is a mantra on the floor.
What does it say?
Tout vient d'appoint à qui sait attendre. So he say like tout va d'appoint à qui sait être temps. It's meaning like everything going to you if you know how to be kind.
Wow,
so
I have chills.
It's art. It's art. It's Parisian art. Welcome. It's cool, no?
Real.
Yeah.
This is why we do the walk and talk interviews,
so cool.
because I feel like you just come across these incredible moments at such strange times of why it influences you and how it influences your entrepreneurial journey and to become a wild one.
I'll say the mantra that you need to wait for what you want also, and when you wait, you need to enjoy, because always like entrepreneur, like I would like to be like this, I would like things to be like that. I'm waiting for that. Tomorrow I will be like this, blah blah blah. And you're always waiting for better, and then you just stop and you'll be like, okay, I already like did so much, but I didn't enjoy anything of what I did, because I always in the expectation to be so much better and more, and you're always disappointed because you're like, okay, it's good, but I want to be there.
Yes.
Okay, it's good, but I want to be there, and you're always sad, you know, and not sad, but you know what I mean, like. And it's the people from
laboring on the future,
and I think it's the people around me, my friends who are not entrepreneurs, like just saying like, just be kind to you, like be patient and be kind, because to yourself, not to other. I know they know that I'm kind to other, but be kind with yourself. You're gonna be okay, you know. Just be patient, you know. So hard.
Wow, wise words from Claire.
To learn more about Claire, her brand, or the Women's Football Project, visit her website or find her on Instagram with the links listed below. Thanks for tuning into this week's Wild One series. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tune in to next week's Wild One episode, where I head to London and meet Nash Cohen, an entrepreneur disrupting the hotel industry with his nationwide pop-up hotel concept.